What's up, guys? It is Hot Wheels Tournaments, and I am coming to you today with another Matchbox case unboxing. Today, well, first off, there you can see the Matchbox cars. Today, we are looking at Matchbox Mix 5, or the Matchbox E-Case, as some may call it. You'll hear it referred to as both. Very excited for this. The last case I'll unbox until I head to Albuquerque for the Matchbox Convention, or the Matchbox Gathering of Friends. One of my favorite highlights of the year. Absolutely love it. Look forward to it every August. But there, they will review the 2022 new models, the 2022 line, premium series, all that. But we're not here to talk about 2022 because we're in smack dab in the middle of 2021. It is July of 2021 right now. I said August earlier. It's July. July of 2021. We're on Mix 5. We're in smack dab in the middle of the year. So let's take a look at these cars. There you can see the iconic Matchbox Orange. 24 of these ready to come out, as every case does. Of course, every Matchbox model in this case is exclusive to this case. You won't find any of these carrying over to Mix 6, and none of these are carryovers from Mix 4. That's why I love the Matchbox cases, and it makes sense for me to buy them all, because I get every single Matchbox car in the year without a lot of duplicates. And the ones that are duplicates are usually cars that I want. But enough talking. Let's take a look at the first three. There you go. We start off 2021 new model, 2019 Subaru Forester. I believe it says number 10 of 100. Lovely card art. Lovely green on this car. Subaru and Matchbox starting to do a lot of collaborations again. We saw the new Impreza a few years back. We saw the truck, and now we get the Forester. Not the most exciting car, but I think it's really cool to have a $1 model, and I have been looking forward to this one. I'm still hopeful that we'll get like an early 2000s or late 90s Subaru Outback wagon. My dad drove that car when I was growing up. Car was super reliable, very nostalgic for me. I think it would make a great Matchbox. I would love to see it with some 10 spokes and navy blue. That's my pitch, though, for the Subaru Outback as a Matchbox. I'll see if I can convince anyone to do that. I doubt I will. But lovely green there on the Subaru Forester. So those are the first two. We followed up with the Matchbox BMW 2002, quickly becoming the staple of this new golden era of Matchbox. There are a few cars that have really stood out with the number of releases they've gotten. We've seen the Mercedes-Benz AMG 6x6 a ton. This BMW 2002 is the other car that I think's filling this kind of new era of Matchbox, just producing all these great cars, all these classics, getting people back in the brand. This is another car that's been doing it. We saw a debut in orange. We've seen it in blue. I believe we've seen it in white. We've seen it as the dinner model for the Matchbox Gathering of Friends. It's getting release after release after release. We've seen it in a premium series now, as in the Matchbox Collector series. Absolutely love this car. Love this casting. It's becoming a staple of the Matchbox line. The best part about this, very nice black, those disc wheels that I love, but look at that chrome base. Awesome. And the card art on the thing is beautiful. I believe there's only one in this case. I haven't seen any of these cars in person yet. This is the first time I'm seeing them in person. I've seen photos on Instagram of the Matchbox team releasing them, or various people who have already bought the case. But first time I'm seeing it in person, that looks lovely. If I have to, I'd keep one card because that card art is amazing. And, well, speak of the devil, I spoke it into existence. I'm used to, there's two cars, they're stacked, but I guess that's not the case. Here we go, another one of the 2002. This one looks to be on a better card, which is nice. So two of those, love to see it. The 2019 Volkswagen Beetle in white. Looks very similar to a 2001 Volkswagen Beetle that we saw a lot of. That is a very nice version of that car. I will definitely hold on to it. Beautiful, love that VW. And then our first, what do you call it? Our first generic, the Matchbox backhoe. You're going to have generics in every case, you know. A little weird that it's a city car with the city. I feel like that would be more in line with like the Forester with the desert theme, but I guess not. But there's the Matchbox backhoe. Not one I'll keep in the collection. That one will be going up for donation. But, you know, they can't have all great cars. 2003 Mini Cooper S. A lot of Mini Coopers. We saw the Mini Cabrio, I believe 2011 Mini Cabrio last case. Now we get a nice Mini Cooper S. Seen this one a couple times in the last couple of years. We saw it in red. Now we get it in gray. Not the most exciting color, but I'll hold on to that version for sure. And then we get another new model, the 2020 Honda E. Not the car I was most excited to see on the new models list this year, but definitely has its place in the Matchbox range. Definitely the type of car they would make. Two versions. I collect every new model, so I'll definitely hold on to both of these. Let's keep rolling. Kind of getting on a roll here. Next three. Oh, we got a lot of different stuff going on here. We got the there's the three. The Toyota Helix pickup. Good to see more Toyota returning to Matchbox. Had the MR2 as a new model in the last case. Now we get the Helix pickup. Looks very nice in red. I'll hold on to it. I hold on to almost every licensed Matchbox or licensed model that Matchbox does. Few exceptions with some of like the miscellaneous Ford trucks and stuff, but for the most part, I keep all the licensed models, at least one version of them, and this is certainly the case with this. Good to see that returning to Matchbox. Love to see it. Then we have the Volkswagen GTI. You want to talk about a classic golden era model. The Volkswagen GTI was one of those. As I was talking about earlier with the 6x6 in the 2002, there were some staples in the Matchbox line back when they were in the golden age in the mid-2000s to the early 2010s. The GTI was one of those cars we saw a lot. Maybe not to the extent that we saw some of the classics like the Audi R8 and the Audi wagon and things of that nature, but we definitely saw our fair share of VW Golf GTIs. Fantastic to see it making a strong return here to Matchbox. Nice color on that. Definitely holding on to that one. Very cool stock version. Will complement the Hot Wheels one nicely, which it definitely is nicer than the Hot Wheels one, I will say that. Then we get the 1948 Willys Jeepster. For a second, I thought this was going to be a National Parks model because of that green, but nope, just a stock deco. Very cool. Not huge on this model, but that is a beautiful rendition of it. We'll be holding on to that one. All right, let's keep on trucking along. There's your next three. We start with the Mercedes-Benz 220 SE. This was a new model last year. A lot of people saw that. It had special card art, if you remember. Now we get it in a new blue and white, very sleek. Nice custom racing deco. I don't like it as much as that first edition. Chrome base really made this car pop. I don't know how that gray is going to work. Blacked out wheels is an interesting choice, but I think it works here. The blue and white is clean, but like I said, chrome base would really be nice. Again, chrome is expensive though, so it's hard to do it on a $1 model often. But good addition. I'll definitely keep this. The Mercedes Matchbox relationship continues to be a strong one. We follow that up with the 2016 Ford Police Interceptor. Probably the best police car Matchbox is doing right now. In a classic black and white. Looks like we get side deco with part of the taillights. Nothing on the rear. We do get that trailer hook though. And then headlights that are actually just part of the side deco. So only side tampos on this one. But classic police livery on this one. I really like that. Like I said, best police car Matchbox is currently doing. Just because it looks like most police cars you see on the road today. A lot of them are those SUV, Explorer type vehicles. The Interceptor utility certainly fits the bill of a police car you'd expect to see. So I'm loving it. Real great. Definitely will be going up in some diorama sets. Matchbox is doing a great job with their play sets they're releasing. I have the gas station. It looks fantastic. Real good for displaying cars. This one will definitely be in some of those. Continuing along. We have an unlicensed model, but it's one I don't mind. It is the Matchbox Fire Dasher. Matchbox tries to do a new fire truck every year. A lot of Matchbox and police, or a lot of fire and police collectors are diehard Matchbox fans because they've done police and fire trucks for so long. Matchbox does a new fire truck almost every year. This year they're throwing it back with the Fire Dasher. It is, like I said, a generic. As you can see, the Matchbox logo indicating it's a generic up in that left corner. But it looks realistic. It looks nice, and this is a nice version. I have to assume this will be an Everett Marshall charity fire truck at some point. But yeah, very well done. Chromed out base would make this thing look absolutely amazing. I assume that will happen in a premium version if they do it as Everett Marshall for the Everett Marshall charity golf tournament at some point. But very, very cool there. All right, next three. We have, first off, the Matchbox Poop King. That is That's an ugly car. I'm going to call it like it is. The black and neon green on a utility truck just isn't working for me. That's ugly. That's getting donated. It's a fun car. Those toilets, those porta potties move, but yeah, not one necessarily for me. All right, after just absolutely pooping on the Poop King, I'm funny. No, we have the 2019 Ford Mustang Coupe seeing its second release here in 2020. This time, a little bit more of a Hot Wheels deco, I feel like. Matchbox usually keeps it stock and clean. Usually Hot Wheels goes for the more race decos, but clearly not the case with this. You can see got some nice red striping going on there with the number 19. Unfortunately, that means no headlights, no taillights. Very dull, very plain. Not going to be the best rendition of this model, but I will hang on to these because I do like their rendition of the Mustang GT, or Mustang Coupe, not the GT. Hot Wheels has the GT. But Cool. If it had headlights and taillights, it would look a lot better in my opinion. But don't mind it, you know. Matchbox doesn't do racing deco too often, so I can accept it in this case. As long as they don't continue to go that way. I prefer they keep their cars stock, which they do a good job for the most part. Next three, Renault Kangaroo Express in almost a gold, mustard yellow. I don't know what you want to call that. Cool. Locksmith decal on it. Pretty realistic. Would look nice in a diorama. That front looks a little bit weird. I feel like maybe it's just, I don't know. I've never really paid too much attention to this model, but that form, like the way that seals just doesn't quite look right. I don't know. All right. Then we get the 1934 Chevy Master Coupe. Matchbox has a bevy of classic cars. I know Abe Lugo, the head designer, loves them. He's always posting them on the Instagram for Matchbox. This is certainly one of those. We usually have a new classic car every year. And we get a chrome base, which you love to see, especially on the classic cars. Really makes them pop, but very cool to see that. I will be holding on to that model for sure. And then the Ford Police Interceptor, the other very popular Matchbox car, police car that's going around, at least in terms of more current ones. Now, this is an undercover cop car, which I think is super cool. Front detailing, that means taillights, headlights, perfect. We get the light bar, looks great. Undercover cop car, so there's no need to be side decals. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love to see this. Great model. Great way to get out of the Ford Tampo side for a great way to give a cop car headlights and taillights just to make it undercover so you don't have to tampo all four sides and you can keep it at that dollar price point. Awesome. Very cool. We'll be holding on to that one. And now it's time for those last three. We'll get to those last. This is the Matchbox Ice Cream King. I hate it. It just steals all the space on all the pegs because no one ever buys it. This one is also really ugly and lime green and yellow and ugh. Not necessarily a fan of that color combination. I hate this model. It steals all the pegs at Target and Walmart so they don't get in new stock. This in the freaking Chowmobile, man. Nobody buys these cars and they steal all the place, and that's the problem with generics. At least there's only one in this case. That means one per case. That means hopefully if my Walmart got 4 cases of these in, there'll only be 4 on the pegs. The problem with the Chowmobile is my Walmart has gotten like 10 cases. I believe a mix 2 is what it is, and they just, none of the Chow Kings get bought. So there's like 20 Chow Kings, and that's all the Matchbox we have. And the stock won't move because they won't get bought because no one likes them. It's unfortunate because we need more space for cars like this. The Porsche 914, looking beautiful, beautiful, beautiful in red and black. Taillights, headlights, no, because they pop up, but looks clean. This is one of my favorite Matchbox models. The 914 is just absolutely awesome. But there it is in red and black. And that rounds out what is a solid case from Matchbox. Maybe it doesn't have the headlining car, that one car you have to get. You know, the last case we saw, the McLaren 720S and the MR2 were kind of the headliners. Not the headlining car, but a lot of solid releases. Like I said, the Porsche 914. You get a Mustang, you know, 2 of them per case is going to be nice. You have that police car and a Mercedes that people are going to like. You know, lots of solid models. The Toyota Hilux is there. The return of the Golf GTI or the Volkswagen GTI. A Jeepster. A new model Nissan Leaf. You know, a Mini. Like I said, just packed with solid cars. You have that Volkswagen Beetle. I guess if you had to pick a headliner, it's probably this BMW 2002. I think the Subaru Forester, a lot of people are just going to pick up to say they have it. So a lot of good stuff. Anyways, if we count the generic models to licensed models ratio, I got 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which leaves the total at 4 generics to 20 licensed models. That is some good stuff. And one of the generics is a new model. And not is it only a new model, it's a good new model. It's a good generic. It's a nice little fire truck that I think people will have fun with. Fire trucks sell. Kids like fire trucks. So this will move off the pegs. I'm confident in that. The best part of the generics, none of them duplicates. Every single duplicate in this case was a licensed model. That's what you love to see. That's what Matchbox has been getting back to the last couple of years. They're bringing back the golden age. We're in an absolutely fantastic era of Matchbox, and I love being a collector during it. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, what cars specifically you're looking for out of this case, and good luck finding them. Peace.